Good afternoon, people present here. Today I'm going to explain the topic there is and there are. Also, I'm going to explain some examples of this topic. We have some important statements. For example, we have there is, that is the affirmative way to indicate that a thing is in a place. And also, we have there is not, that is the negative way to say that something is not in a place. And also we have the plural ways. There are and there are not. Actually, I'm going to explain the concepts more deeply to understand more about this topic. For example, we use there is to indicate things that are in a place, and we also use there are to indicate many things that are in a place, more than two or three things. Now I'm going to explain some examples of there is and there are not. There is a butterfly. There is not a dog. There are two cats on the sofa, and there are not flowers in the garden. I'm going to explain more deeply about the examples of there are and there aren't. As we can see, we use there are when we talk about things that are in a place, and aren't for things that are not in a place. For example, there are not beers, and for example, there are not necklaces. And in the case of the affirmative way, there are toys. And now I'm going to explain more about the examples of there isn't and there is. There is for things that are in a place, and there isn't for things that are not in a place. For example, there is not a parrot, or there is not a zoo near. And there is a cat in the affirmative way. And to end this presentation, I'm going to give you some information about how to make some question. Is there a restaurant in singular way, or are there some cakes in plural way? This is when we try to ask about something in a place. And that could be all for the topic that we learned.